What is going on, everybody? I've been waiting on doing this for such a long time. I'm so happy to be here. We are trying something new on Rachel's Road Recovery channel, and I just wanted to speak before bringing her on. I am so happy about doing this. Rachel has been fighting all throughout the year, and it's time for us to connect this way with you guys. And I'm so excited. She's beautiful. She's my warrior. She's my unicorn princess. Ladies and gentlemen, how about Miss Rachel in the house? Rachel!
Hi, guys. Hey, babe. What an intro. I feel so
I know.
special.
I'm excited. My heart's racing, folks. I'm so glad to kick off the new year and do this with Rachel and with you guys. Let's do this. How are you, sweetheart?
Well, I can't say I'm doing bad with an intro like that and some love like that, Mr. Birthday Boy.
Yesterday was not only my birthday, but it was also our wedding anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
We talked about this yesterday, though, too, sweetheart. I said that if I am able to get married on my birthday, then I can start doing the half-year birthdays. So June 15th, is that what we're doing?
June 15th, yes. We're going to have a birthday. Poor Rod never gets a real party. It's always like New Year's or something.
It rained yesterday. It was raining all day. So we're like,
oh, and those who are going through the storms, we are sending prayers, loves, and healing energy and blessings your way. And for the first responders, let us keep them in mind. You know, I have to mention my first responders that I thank daily.
Yes, but it's not snowing. I bet there's parts of the world out there like, yeah, you guys have it easy. So there you have it. So
you know.
I know that everybody has been blowing me up about it, and we haven't been on in a while. Rachel, what is your update? How are you feeling? What's going down?
Oh, that's a mouthful right there. Let's just say, okay, let me start off. I've been having dental work done, as you guys know. So I can only chew on one side now, but that's the side that's bad too. So my nutrition has been, let's just say that, it's not been good, as I've had to limit my foods, but I've been incorporating them back in. So I've taken a big hit, and I'm just going to be straight with you guys. It's been a rough year, and also I overdid it. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I got burnout, but I'm gonna say it really wasn't quite my fault. It kind of happened, like the planets aligned that way, but I still had a choice, you know, in doing so. So what that looked like was Rod and I had to redo our certified peer support training in order to take the test for the state test for California. What it is it's happening in every state, and California is the last to do this. What happens now is you can take, it's about 80 some hours, about 80 hours of classwork with an approved state organization like Cal Mesa for our end. So wherever you are in a different state, you can do this as well per your state. And what it looks like is you're basically a peer support specialist, like kind of like a life coach or a recovery specialist. There's a lot of terminology for these people because they're very important. And it's not that someone has to be recovered in order to help, right? They just need to be a little step ahead of you and try to help you link services, and just to kind of like it's almost like a sponsor kind of a role, but not quite. It's a very detailed human services program. So it goes through motivational interviewing, stages of change, kinds of therapy, relapse prevention, skill success, skills refusal. Like if you have, and these are pro-social skills, it's an amazing program. And then you find resources on top of it.
And I jumped into it with you, and I'm doing it too. And I got to tell you, I wanted to be a better caregiver, better support for you is the main 95% of the reason that I am in it with you. And it just turned out that I have actually been able to use these same techniques with my social relations with family and friends too. So it's actually, I'm like subconsciously like there with you, being able to be able to connect better and be a better resource, you know. Before you continue though, sweetheart, hey, if you guys have any questions or comments, please comment and we'll put it on and address you in just a little while. So sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, sweetheart. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you know, I talk, so I'm glad you said something. What the thing is Rob brought up a really good point because, you know, in your nest or in your environment, it's a harder situation, right? You know, you want your environment to be more of a recovery environment, or I'll use person-centered language. I do. I want my environment to be a recovery environment, not a triggering environment where I do behaviors. So I've asked Rod to talk to me differently. Start choosing your words, as I've been doing, choosing my words of what is motivating, strength focused, because we're not here to pathologize things. Why did this happen? Why are you like this, Rachel? Why? Okay, you want to hear the whole trauma history? Like, come on. No, right? I want to focus on the here and now and what we can do to move forward. I'm going to leave my past in the past because that's where it belongs. And I wish I had amnesia some days so that I could wake up and like forget everything, all the trauma. But you know what? I'm alive and I'm here, and it's because of all of you and because of that awesome guy right there. That awesome guy right there. He's my best friend.
I see a lot of questions and people commenting. Let's just go through a couple of them because I want to make sure they're acknowledged. You have
Hi, Heather. My Heather. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, you guys don't know how much I missed you. Oh.
Lucky Collins says.
Lucky! Vince! Hi, baby!
Don't blow out the speakers, honey.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I get excited. I'm easily excitable. That's something I found out recently, you know, a little bit on the spectrum.
Oh, you have a first question. This will segue into talking about the nutrition or whatnot.
Yes.
And Rebecca's asking why you
Oh, hey, Rebecca.
Hello, Rebecca.
Why don't I have a tube? Well, I did have a tube. I've had tubes. I've had a TPN bypass my GI, and I've also had tubes going through here, and through here before through the jugular. And I'm not going to do that anymore because the rule of thumb is if you can eat through your mouth, do it, because my GI got lazy. If I do a tube, my GI gets lazy and my body puts on edema immediately. So it's not easy for me to gain weight because of refeeding syndrome. Refeeding syndrome has happened to me where I went into heart, liver, and kidney failure. Plus, I get a lot of edema. And I've actually put on 80% of my body weight in a couple days before at the hospitals. So they've almost killed me too many times, and I'm not going near a trauma environment anymore. I'm not going to be traumatized. So that's one thing I've learned in school is if you're in a traumatic situation, stop reliving it. And that's what I'm not going to be doing anymore. I know some people have different opinions, and God bless them, because everybody's different. This is just what has happened to me. I promote recovery. I think you should go to treatment, get help, whatever you find works for you. Because those of you who do not know, I'm in recovery for one of the most severe cases of anorexia, but I'm alive. I used to be paralyzed. I used to not be able to talk, walk, or even think. And I don't even know, but well, I do know by the grace of God, you know, that I am here. So I count my blessings. But for me, the tube, the other problem, they've had medical complications with me in the tube. My face, when they would do it, I kept bleeding out of my face without stopping.
And you had that TPN on for quite a while too.
Yeah, it was about like
and then
2
you stopped
years.
that. You stopped that because you actually got a lot of scar tissue there as well, right?
Well, no, the scar tissue, they couldn't put it in anymore. But also they were telling me my gallbladder's failing and my GI is also not working. So they said, you know, this TPN is not really best for you. And I can eat. I just, let's say I have limitations in my food because if I ramp it up too fast, I drop weight. If I ramp it up too fast. Also, I put on a lot of water and I can't breathe. And I will tell you, that was it was like hell on earth for me. So that was the
Yeah.
reason why. And I'm more than happy to explain it. And I appreciate people just asking why, why not? Or what happens?
There you go. You have a couple comments in here. Sweetheart, your hair looks great. Who
Oh,
is
Sandy.
who is your hair salon person? That's
Okay, so I gotta tell you guys, God bless you, my Heather. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me. My hair, I gotta tell you what happened. And I'm gonna try not to tear up, okay? So this is a blessing. I'm looking at it, I'm reframing it as a blessing. I'm starting to care about my appearance, which is for me a good thing. So I'm saying this with hesitation. What happened was I'm in school right now because I want to become a counselor. I want to have a goal in my life, a dream that I could achieve. And my dream is to help you all and myself in the process. And that's providing free therapy. That's my dream, is to provide free therapy and some kind of nonprofit for those who are been marginalized like I have been. So here's what happened. I'm in school, right? And I have to write and do a lot of things for class. There's a lot of research papers. I have to know science. I have to use this guy a lot, let's just say, right? And here's what happened. Had bleach on my head and I'm typing, reading, writing, and I went time blind. And I left the bleach on an extra hour with a heat cap. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I got into the bath. Rod helped me into the bath shower, and I accidentally put warm water on, and I know better. And all my hair, it's so thin right now. It all, like, about 40% of it fell out from the root in chunks like this. And I was like, oh my gosh, it felt like I was losing an arm. And I was like, oh, finally I start to care, and now it's like I lose my hair.
Yeah, the
But
bleaching made me nervous because I've done the bleaching. I've done the dyeing for you. You know, you had somebody else do the dyeing part or the bleaching part, and I knew how nervous I was about whenever you're going through that process. I was like, "Well, are you sure it's not ready?" And you're like, "No, I have a little more time." Yeah, it's
it was totally my fault, and I've bleached my hair before with great results. It was totally my fault. This is all on me. I'm like Tupac.
well, I'm
Tupac,
not
all
trying.
eyes on me. I'm just kidding. No, but for reals, it was my fault. But anyhow, it all came out. But Rod, he ended up doing a holographic prism. It didn't quite come out the same like we like it, but we're gonna pep it up. But so my master colorist is my caregiver. Not only can he paint like he does in the background, he's this phenomenal painter. I told him, for my birthday, you're painting my head. And then again for Christmas, or before, well, it was around Thanksgiving, I think, or before Christmas, I said, you have to paint my head again. So he ended up doing it, but we're going to pep it up. But I will tell you, this guy has amazing talent. He's this most fabulous painter, and I
I
didn't know he had this skill, and he didn't even know.
Yeah, well, we were getting to doing the self-care angle, and I've spent a lot of my time, focused on your recovery and not really as focused on me because it was like a life or death thing, a situation, and it's still very much a situation to work through to where you're going to be okay. It's not like it's a neglect thing. So as a
I'm
caregiver,
like,
you're like, huh?
I'm oh,
Oh.
see it, see it. It was so sad.
Well, I got to where rather than saying, Rachel, go through your changes, Rachel, do this, do that, I was thinking, well, I need to take care of myself, and that's a better way to help you with your recovery as I help myself with my own recovery.
That's a
So
big deal. Can
yeah,
you spotlight what you just said? Because when I saw Raj struggle, it made, how do I put it? It made me struggle more because I kept shaming and blaming and feeling so guilty. And you know what, guys? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As you know, I always am transparent. I get bullied so dang much. It's incredible. Like I isolate because of it, and I feel safe with you guys. But
Okay,
even
just talk about
online,
the
I get.
bullying part real quick. The 7-Eleven incident, just from the other day, I like to do with current events that happen. Tell them what happened at 7-Eleven.
So I just got in the
That was
store,
so,
and
so weird.
the gentleman who owned it said, "Do you need help?" I said, "No, I'm just gonna look at what you have." And he said, "There's no looking. You can't be in here. Get out." Oh, what? Like, I just wanted to possibly buy something. No, 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 no looking, no looking. And I'm like,
Thank you, Allie.
okay, thank you, Allie. God
No, go ahead.
bless you.
No, go ahead. Tell your story. Sorry.
Oh, Carrie, thank you so much. Yeah, and it was like, I mean, these things happen all the time whenever I walk outside. I get called an effing crack, WHORE, and other terms, and they do it right to my face. And I'm like, I'm thin, not stupid. Like, I can hear you. You know that, right? And I'm tired of it, guys. I got to share with you somebody. You know how I do read your comments, and just so you know, my New Year's resolution is to be back on social media. I know people use that as a New Year's resolution to take time off. I've taken way too much time off, and this has not been healthy for me not to connect with you guys. So I want to share this with you.
It's a part of
Somebody,
self-care, just so you know.
this is,
It
I'm going to
is.
share this comment
Social,
with you. It
social
really
self-care.
hit me. It really hit me hard in a best way because somebody saw me and without me saying anything. And this is somebody, I'm not going to say their name, but it's somebody from Instagram that I want to share with you. I got permission to use this comment. Okay. Like I said, this is a safe space here. There's no bullying. And because I will handle it. Because now I have the power and I'm capable. I'm telling myself, you're fierce. I got to remind myself, you're not fragile. You got this. It's building my confidence up, guys, because I'm so mean to myself in my head. And those, you guys know, you can relate to this. Rachel, I just watched your interview on this, and it's a news channel, and I wanted to let you know that you telling your story is helping so many more people than you know. I didn't know of you before I saw your story, and this may sound rather creepy, but I love and care for you. By the way, it's not creepy at all. Like, not at all. I fall in love with you guys, and we have never met. So I completely understand. It's
So,
easy. I fall in love so easily with you
so with
all.
the
So
7-Eleven
it's,
situation,
oh, let me finish
we,
this comment and then
yeah, yeah.
I'll do that, okay?
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
And this may sound rather creepy, but I love and care for you. I see how difficult this has been for you, and I see a part of myself in your story. I also experienced sexual assault and coped in unhealthy ways. Seeing how badly you've struggled made me want to cope in better ways. You deserve an amazing life full of love, and your story made me realize I do too. The part where you mentioned you saw everybody else as good looking and never judged anyone but yourself really hit home for me. It's so much easier to judge yourself as you see all of your mistakes. This is the part that really got me even stronger. With social media, it seems everyone but you is portrayed as perfect. I know it's difficult, but thank you for sharing your story. I can tell you're an amazing, very empathetic warrior. What this individual said really hit me so hard that I don't realize who it does help because sometimes I get lost in the hurtful comments, which is sometimes why I have Rod filter because some days I just can't take it. It's
Yeah,
like I tell people, well, let me just say this one thing, Rod, and I'll be quiet for a bit.
you're right.
Is that um, to me, if you see somebody struggling, you don't need to kick them. Why do you want to kick Bambi? That's what I think of. If you see somebody, I'm not saying I'm so innocent like Bambi, but in some ways there is. When you
Some ways you
see,
are. You
yeah,
know, you're a
but you
struggle.
see someone who really loves you and cares for you, and they're struggling, Why would you say something nasty? I don't understand. Why do you gaslight those things? I don't understand trolls, to be honest. And I'm gonna start doing something about them. I'm gonna take the power back, because you know what? We need positivity. We
Yeah,
need, and not obnoxious positivity, because we all struggle. But we need to have someone say, "I see you." But you know what else I see? Rod, you look so handsome today. I love this like little neck thing you're wearing. That you got for Christmas, and your shirt and your beautiful painting. You know what? Instead of commenting on his appearance, I would probably comment on his talent and say, "I really like how you paint." It's so interesting how fast you can do it now, and how your skills have increased dramatically. That's a compliment. That's a strength focused compliment. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, "Rod, why did you do that?" Da, 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 da. No, does anybody do good when you're constantly negative, 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 negative? No, I don't want to change it and help people. I mean, like, nobody wants that, right? We all need a little support and encouragement. That's what makes us humans. We're human beings first. Everything else is second. Gender, sex, nationality, race, all the demographics. We're a human being first. Our
yeah,
humanity is what matters.
absolutely. Quick shout out to Jennifer. She says, "I so needed this tonight."
Oh,
Well,
God bless my Jennifer.
we needed you guys tonight. How you like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it was a mutual. Like, we need each other. We're better together. Okay, and finishing the 7-Eleven story.
Yeah, just don't escape the Slurpee place. Go ahead.
Okay, so Mr. Rod, I was like, "Rod, could you help? This guy's like, I don't know if he's gonna like hurt me or something. Can you help?"
Yeah,
He
I
gets,
was actually outside in the
he
car,
comes in.
getting ready to walk into the store. So anyway,
Go
that's what
ahead, you tell the rest of it.
No, no. You said this guy is harassing me, and he's telling me that I can't shop here, or you said something in those regards. So then it's funny, is I would just try to shy away from the situation, and my old self, old spineless self, from my younger years would have been, well, let's just get out of here. You know what I mean? But I took off my sweatshirt and I went inside and I handled business, right, honey?
Yes, you did.
No,
Uh,
no, go ahead.
he goes, he goes, "Hey, come here,
I'll give him
come
one of
here."
these. I'll give him one of these.
It was two. You gave him two.
I
You
gave
gave him
Yeah,
two of them.
double. Well,
You
when I
doubled
went
it.
in there, he was looking at me, and then the other worker was looking. It was kind of awkward, and you said something about being harassed. So then I said, "Are you harassing her right now?" And then he goes, "No, no, no. I was just trying to find out if she needed help." And
Which was not true.
you know,
And
it
besides,
was
I was so tired. I didn't want to fight.
Ugh. Oh, someone's asking if you're in the hospital. I'll get to that in a minute. But no, yeah, and he was trying to say it was something that was. I thought maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because I didn't know exactly what he said. It was lost in translation, and it was like anyway. Yeah, it always happens when I'm not there. What's going on with that?
Well, it,
Anyways,
it happens when you're there too. I mean, people will be right in front of us and go, "Oh, and look at that, look at that." So
uh,
Rod and I, we're starting to do this back. We're going, "Look at that, look at that." I'm like trying to tease it back. But most of the time, honestly, I just, because it happens so often, I just keep looking up. I keep my eyes averted, because the glares, the stares, and I get it. I'm the one who looks different, so I would look, too, but calling names and right in front of the person, that's where I have a problem. And as a certified peer support specialist, I'm speaking up now, because to me, they could do this someone who is more incapable. Let's say they're very bad or very severe on the spectrum or something. Those are the people, the unseen, the unheard. Those are the ones I want to help as well. Those people are who are marginalized. That's what really speaks to me. And Rod and I have been working really hard on our supportive language to each other. That's why we've been together, what is it, almost Oh my gosh, Rod, it's almost 20 years.
Time's flying.
I'm
Some people
telling
tell me
you.
how old I am, and I think that they're lying to me. We are actually in the same house. Amy is asking a quick question. Are you in the hospital? I missed
Oh,
this.
hey, Amy. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not in the hospital.
I'm in
No, no,
another room
no.
in the same
No, no, no,
house.
no, 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 no. And I'm not vaccinated either right now because of my condition. And I'm no, 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 no. Rachel is like staying out of the hospital, staying out of the trauma zone. Uh-uh. And but I'm doing better. But recently I have not been doing well. I've been I, let's just say I'm not going to say numbers or anything like that, but I've lost because of the dental problems and the limitations on food and the fact that I overdid it. Because what had happened was we had our certified peer support program happen. I had school and I had to start shadowing somebody for school. And then I also had, and I was taking a full class load. I'm a president of one of the student government clubs there. And it was just like all these things converged right at the end. And so this past, and with the medical stuff, the past month and a half, 2 months, I would say, have not been a healthy Rachel. So I
Yeah,
want to get back to a healthy Rachel that
and
self
hence
cares.
and hence the name of today is Self-Care Sunday.
Self care Sunday.
You have not been doing enough of the self-caring, so that you burnt out. So we're trying to implement the self-caring angle. What have you been? You've been doing a lot of things lately, though, these past couple months to segue into the self-caring, and specifically this past couple of weeks, even with
Okay,
like products for your face. We're doing the hair more often. You're listening to music.
I got a little powder on because I was like, oh, Rachel, oh my goodness, you ain't looking so good. I'm going to put some powder on you and some lip gloss. But also, I have something really cool to report. This is a big deal because I've been doing this since I was a child. I have my own fingernails.
Yeah,
These are mine, mine, mine. That's a self care, and I paint them, and they glow in UV glow.
Most importantly, they are great for scratching my back.
That's what they're there for.
I can retire my wooden back scratcher, so that's great.
He's not just your average bear.
I do have a back scratcher by the bed, and it's not there anymore. Just so you know. So, wife is on call for back scratching.
And honestly, that was one of the reasons I wanted them too. And they're super strong. So that was a really good sign. I've been taking one of the things I've been doing, taking vitamins. I wouldn't do that before.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys, see, the problem is I was undiagnosed for so long, not with an eating disorder. That wasn't my problem. I have been more recently diagnosed of ADHD, as well as looks like I'm on the spectrum. So I'm not very good. I have really sensitive senses. Like I hear things before people hear them. I smell things, and there's such an emotional reaction. It's things like that. And also, I've never been good at self-caring historically. I can build a computer, right? I could do really complicated things, but self-caring, it's been my whole life. It's been a problem like that. So that's again not being diagnosed properly. If I would have known.
How do I know you for 18 years and now I know you can build a computer? You can build a computer? That's crazy.
You know that. I told you.
I didn't know you were serious. I was like,
no. Yeah, like I used to build computers, like go buy parts, motherboards, CPUs, memory, and I would put them together for myself. Video cards. I can geek out with IT. And so that was another thing. So self-caring. And also,
go ahead and finish. Sorry.
Also, the other self-caring thing is I'm trying to, whenever I would do something, I don't do things nice for myself, other than let Rod color my hair because I don't want to be depressed. But
and I didn't want to wait for everybody to take 8 hours to do it. So like, I'm going to figure this out.
Right. But I wanted to find out like what does self-care look like? I know I sound silly, but I'm an amateur at it. So it's things like using, bathing, with good product, organic product, or simple things like making sure I floss enough, or, just it's these little daily habits, washing, you know, like things that I have to do myself. I'm like, it's exhausting sometimes to self-care. You have to
Speaking
put a lot of work.
speaking of showering or bathing or whatnot, you're smelling better. Not because of the bath, but you have like this. We went to this what was it called, a Glow Fest
Uh-huh.
earlier this past month.
Yeah, and I got this, like, I have this most amazing product, you guys. And it's not like I don't, you guys know me. I don't promote products and things like that. But this thing I want to because I fell in love with it. But it's the coolest stuff. Let me see if I have any.
Okay, I knew you were going to end up
Oh, I
talking
do have. I
about.
have some.
I knew you were
I
going to
have
end up
some right
talking
here because
about
I
this.
keep it near me. Okay, but I'm not gonna really launch it right now because I just want to give you guys an idea. It's so awesome, and my
I think
skin
you're
is so
inadvertently
soft.
launching it as you speak, but go ahead.
It's called For You Naturally, and this is their body butter, and it looks like whipped frosting, and it's like my hair colors. Look at it.
It smells really good, you guys. It
It
actually smells like
smells like,
food. And I got to figure
oh,
out if she can make it to where you
oh.
can eat a little bit of it because it smells that good. I'm
It's
like,
so
let me
awesome.
just let me just take a little snack, a little bite.
My
Oh,
skin is so soft. It's weird. I have people like going, "Can I touch it?" I'm like, "Yeah, touch it. Go ahead, touch it." It's not greasy either. And you know what it smells like? To me, it smells like Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops. It's very nostalgic.
I had
So
a
everybody keeps going, "You smell good." I'm like,
I had a gut
"What's
feeling
up?"
we would talk about this, so I actually uploaded a picture of you with her. Oh, you can't see it. It's in
Oh,
the background. Oh wait, I messed it up. Hold on. I'll have to figure out how to put it in the foreground because I had a
it's
picture.
all organic, a little mom and pop shop.
Oh, I put
And
it.
what happened is we met their family, and I fell absolutely in love with them. I was just like, oh my gosh, when you meet someone and you're like, dude, I dig their vibe. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Her name is Kasia, and she's my little darling. She is absolutely my sweetheart. And I'm like, I just love it. So I'm like, she even customizes it. It's all organic, and she hand does it with the best ingredient. I'm telling you, the past couple months, I'm touching it right now. I'm like, oh my God,
That's
it's like velvet.
yeah.
My face don't look good, but it's, because I'm too skinny, but my skin is maze balls, like a maze balls. I'm not even joking. It's so rad.
Your unicorn sis says hello.
My Marianne, yeah. Woo! Unicorn it up. I told her we have a code too. It's called Rainbow Ray. You get a discount, Rainbow Ray discount. I love it. It's so rad, and it made me think of you,
Oh,
Marianne, with my unicorns too.
let me
It
give you guys.
smells so yum.
If you're interested in checking it out, I did put up the website address if you guys want to check it out too. Da-da-da. Hold
So
on.
rad.
Let
But
me.
you know what? Like some of the
Here it
self-care
is.
ideas is
Boom.
like,
There you go.
ooh,
See, I thought it was
oh,
fortunality, but you're saying it's for you naturally.
naturally for
So
you
it is for
naturally.
okay, there you go.
And if you type in Rainbow Ray, it's like, oh, there,
Oh,
dude,
see,
look at you.
I
You
knew
get a
I had a
discount.
feeling you were talking about this. So
So, I mean, like, I'm like, discount, I'll use it too. So,
I'm
heck
ahead of the
yeah.
game, honey. I'm ahead of the game. How you like that?
They have these glosses, lip scrubs. Oh my God. Oh, they're body scrubs too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a bunch of stuff on the next one, but it is like amazing, you guys. It's not even, it's like body scrubs, lip scrubs, body butters, lotions, and it is, oh my gosh,
I messed
lotion bars.
I messed up the photo in the queue, but I want to show you this. Look at that face. What? That's
That's
a
my sweetheart.
there you
That's
go.
my Kasia. Yeah, you know it.
She was so happy to see you.
Oh, she's my little darling. But anyhow, that was, I'm going to show you guys some more stuff on it, but it is so cool. Like they have like, and she puts like glitter and stuff like that. Okay, now I'm gonna have to bring it out because
Well, they have,
Marianne's telling me. Let
yeah,
me let me
there's all kinds of stuff. We actually use some of these products as gifts
use it.
for
And
Christmas.
cocoa butter. They make their cocoa. I mean, it's like raw cocoa butter, I should say.
Family loves it. My sisters
Oh,
love
oh
it.
yeah, like
And
everybody's
mom.
stealing my stuff. I'm like, hey, I go, that's for me. Just kidding. No, it is so awesome. I'll show you guys some of it. But go ahead, Rod. I gotta pick it up.
Oh, are you okay, Ben? Are you okay over
I
there?
am fine. I'm fine. I'm listening and
Oh,
talking.
by the way, Jennifer, not to switch a subject, but she says, I'd love to commission a painting. I'm sure a lot of us would. Thank you so much. Hit me up in my messenger and we'll talk on Facebook. Um, yeah, not to, well, go ahead and talk about your
Oh,
stuff.
well, I was just gonna say she's customizing some of it because I told her I like the swirly stuff that it's like this is Skittles. Oh, taste the rainbow.
It
Oh,
literally smells like she had to have put Skittles inside of it somehow, right?
cotton candy,
I think
right? And
yeah.
there's glitter and stars in it, and I love it. It's so rad. They have lip gloss, chapstick, and I'm telling you, Rod keeps trying to eat me. And I'm like, stop it. He's trying to eat me all the time.
It's a
But
little
I'll
bit.
show you guys some more of it. But it's a lot of whipped product. Like, I love the way it curls. Look at it. It looks like frosting.
And it's going to last for a while too, because you don't need very much to put on, right? You just put like a
No, especially this one. This this one. You don't need much. You just put a little bit on and it goes a long way. Like, I'm going to show you guys. I think it's been about 2 months I've been using it.
yeah,
Look at how little is gone.
and you use it
And I
every
use
day.
it every day. Every day.
Wow,
That's it.
might
It is
last
so awesome.
might last for a couple months,
See,
maybe.
like I told you, the reason I mentioned it also is because being on the spectrum, you have very sensitive senses. So if I smell something like, if somebody has gas, like somebody, and they make a burp, I go, oh,
Hey, you
I
know what?
am, yeah, like, ah.
The mornings it happens to the best of us, right, folks? Especially when
And I'm
you're
like, ah.
coffee or whatever. But yeah,
So what I do is like to put myself in a good mood. The hair, it's hard to be in a bad mood with fun hair, and something as simple as like smelling good,
there you
like
go.
that kind of brightens my day better, than because I wake up in a lot of pain, and he's like Mr. Morning person, and I'm like, meh, like he's all super bubbly, but I need him to be that way.
Not to shift, sweetheart, but mornings are tough for you. But you have lately said, you know what? Let's kick on some music, and you keep and you have your tracks of music that you play, and then folks, Rachel can hip hop a little bit. She can dance. She moves the hips. She does this thing. Wait. She does the drop shoulders thing move that you do. You're a little dancer. You
I gotta have my Lotto on, and then I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think many people have seen you try to bust moves, but
Oh, well then we need to bust some moves and show them how to do it, Mr. Pop and Lock. I love it. So that's another thing. Music, sleeping. I was not getting enough sleep. It's these little amazing things that have been helping me get unstuck again because I found myself struggling just recently. But now I'm like, I need my family. I need to connect because when I don't connect, I don't do well. When I don't connect with you guys, I don't do well. So I need to get back to my resolution is to connect more on social media and to see you all and to just share with you what's been going on and some more fun stuff in our lives. So
yeah, you guys leave it in the comments. What do you guys think about doing a broadcast like this on any given Sunday? Because I think it's good to kind of for you to reconnect and stay on top of your recovery status and talk about it and share it and that whole thing. I think this seems to be like an easier avenue for you to take. You would say, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and it also it's really cool is that I just want to really highlight. I honestly, what's the condition you said it is, Rod? The name of it when you enjoy watching someone paint, even though you don't paint.
Oh, it's like ASMR. It's this one's hard to remember.
Aut- au-
Autonomous sensory meridian response. For to be exactly. See how hard it is to remember that one. But yeah, it's like they call it like a tingling feeling that you get whenever you're seeing either somebody like paint. That's what I get when I watch painting. I get like, oh wow, we got to sit back and watch this. Or music. You know, your sensories are stimulated. Basically.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
See?
Ooh,
Oh, I nailed it.
that's what it's called. Ooh. But you know, I'm not very artsy. You know, I guess my
It sounds like
hobby is
yours.
connecting.
Yeah, but it's also though too is the music. You love music, and it kind of because like when you hear a song that you love, you gotta move, you know, and that's what you end up doing.
So I'm thinking you know what, we need some self-care ideas. So self-care ideas are like something like that. Even watching Rod paint for me is like a way of connecting, because then
Um,
I read or something.
Let me segue into it before I forget and say, oh, we should have talked about that. I'm looking to do a kind of like a art chat to where we're you know, you get into a chat, you can do art on your end, and we can all have like a chat thing, and I'll give out some tips and paint with you. Just painted this with this
You can
guy.
do that like today, like in a day.
But
You can do that in a day.
it's my snowman. But yeah, I've been really enjoying painting, even more so now than I have been. I started about, geez, it'll be only 3 years. It seems like just yesterday, but I started, and I was talking to my mom's the master painter, and I told her over the phone, and because I painted 4 different projects for family members, and presented 2 of them on Christmas, and she was like, I can't believe you waited so long to start painting. And I said, you know what? It's your fault, Mom. She's all, what? I go, no, because it was intimidating for me to paint because I thought it was your thing and you were so good. And you know, when you like if you're gonna learn guitar and you're sitting next to a guy that can really play guitar, like, let's maybe do something different because it's intimidating because they're so good at it. But yeah, it's turned into to be a very therapeutic outlet for myself, you know. So if you guys want to join me, it's called Train with Yendor. It'll be on Facebook. I'll give you guys a reminder, and it'll be private whenever we do the chat, and I'll give you guys the link to do it.
And a quick explanation: Yendor is Rodney spelt backwards.
Oh yeah,
because people are like, "What is a Yendor?" It's Rodney backwards. So have you ever done that to your name? I'm SeLF-CaRE Enol Huckaroff.
Yeah, are you? I never thought about your name.
Yeah, I'm SeLF-CaRE Enol Huckaroff. That's how you say my name backwards. I used to do that in school.
I'm Yendor Nostinamde. I feel like I'm some type of warrior.
Yeah, it sounds like Nostradamus, you know, like some ancient warrior or, you know,
I think my name
theologian.
Sounds backwards and frontwards. Sorry, Mom. You know, there you go. I put Yendor on my paintings, and my mom goes, why do you don't like your name? I go, yeah, I like it so much. I even put it in reverse, and I still like it. See? There you go. You were great, November. Oh, I like your name. November.
Oh, that's a beautiful name and a cute little cat and a sweet girl. Oh, how wonderful.
You take a stab at it, but November was
I miss my bud. Yeah, that was another thing. There was a lot of loss this year. Oh, my babies.
Speaking of paintings, Miss Angie.
Angie! Miss Angie!
Commissioned a painting with her. She lives in Oklahoma. It's a farm scene, and it was so fun to paint for her. I didn't know anything about farms, right? Besides, I just know the animals, of course. But
and by the way, I'm the art critic. That's what I do. I'm
like,
Rod, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, and he's so good.
And I learned all about farming through doing here we go. But there you go. I found one. Doing a painting. And
I love that
that's
picture.
You can't really see her in close up, but her right smack dab in the middle, that's Angie feeding the chickens, the free range chickens. And yeah, that was so fun to do.
I'm just like, what happens now? These things used to take him months. That snowman he did it in a day. I remember looking over there and going, okay, there's nothing there. And then I went back to reading and getting stuff done for school. And then I look over again, and I'm like, what? How does he make this happen? It's like blows my mind because I cannot do anything like that. But I'm very good with telling him, okay,
Yeah.
try this, 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 and this.
Thank you, Angie.
Ah, thank you, Angie. Oh, you have no idea. I was like, well, Angie needs this on this bar, and then Angie would like. I was taking over for a little bit.
Okay,
But he's totally the talent,
I
not
say
me.
this because it was hilarious at the time, and you were like, "I hope you didn't get offended by it." But I've shown you paintings, and you're like, "Yeah, it's great." You're like, "It's not done though. Oh, you're not done though, are you? You're not. Yeah, are you done? You're."
See around Rod. See,
So
you know,
so
I don't have a filter.
No, it's all right, but it works out perfectly because you'll see something that I didn't see, you know. And I've told you the analogy before, like you're doing a puzzle, then somebody walks up and takes the piece and they put it right. You know, how did you see that? You know, you see things differently outside of the box, and so I always ask you, what do you think before I sign the bottom? Because when you're doing art, generally after you sign it, you move past it, right? So then I always ask Rachel about what she thinks about it because she'll catch something that I didn't see. They go, oh gosh, I'm glad I asked you. I forgot to put the snow on top of the broom, and she says, "Would there be snow on top of the broom too?" I go, "Oh, good point."
Yeah, and it's not like mean critiques.
No.
You know, they're like helpful. Like if I say, you know, exactly, Angie. Thank you. One love right there.
Well,
Thank you. That's what wives do.
do.
That's how we roll. You know what I'm saying? It's just so funny because what I'll do is, and also I'm because of my condition, I notice when things don't make sense. I'll just be like, something doesn't seem right, and they'll be like, you know, I'll find out. I'm very detail oriented like
What
that.
condition are you referring to? So,
Being on the spectrum.
and that means what?
Huh?
Being on the spectrum means.
Oh, having a spectrum diagnosis of some kind of autism.
Okay. Gotcha.
And
but I didn't know that before you started talking about it a while ago.
Oh, right.
Somebody else.
It's still being diagnosed right now, but that's what it looks like. I've been on the spectrum my whole life and didn't know it because back then we didn't have the internet to know these things and da 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 da. But I am also ADHD hyperactivity on top of my other bazillion
I gotta tell you,
mental health challenges.
Learning more about mental health and mental illness and whatnot through the recovery school. You find out that whenever people are in that illness or disorder or whatever, that you don't take it personal, because that's what they're going through, and meaning if you get cut off and whenever you're talking, or if situations come about, that you're more patient about it. Like, well, it's not that because they don't love you, it's just that's how their brain works, right?
Yeah, and like that's another thing. Like you'll notice that I interrupt quite a bit, and I don't mean to, and I go, oh, sorry, I don't mean to do that. It just kind of my face vomits. And it's just words come out like I'm bleh, you know what I mean? Like I didn't, so Rod has been way more patient with me, which is really, really awesome. Like he doesn't take offense to it. He knows I don't mean to do it. And I'm becoming more active listening. See, when you're diagnosed and you know what it is, it's not to say, oh, that's my diagnosis, I'm just copping out. Like I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm using it to raise my level of awareness so I know what my deficiencies are and where my strengths are too. Like Rod said, there's some strength in it, but there's also some deficiencies where I might interrupt or I might talk too much or something like that. So I just keep reminding myself, oh, pull back, actively listen, which I do because I notice I connect with people on the details of their lives. That's why I know a lot of you. And you'll be like, how does she know me? I'll be like, oh, I know you a lot more than you think. Because I notice the details of you because that's what makes you so lovely and defined. That's who you are. And Rod, for example, he has directional dyslexia, right?
I'm
We didn't
glad
know
I
that.
know this now. I'm glad I know it now because I thought I was just, well, what happens with it, and for example, if I go into a grocery store, okay, and I walk to the back of the grocery store, then I look towards the front, my mind doesn't go whoop. It doesn't like flip flop like most people have to think of. Where am I? And I, like a car in the parking lot. Rachel's like, no, we're parked over here. I'm like, I on our keychain it has a little alarm thing, so I could punch it and it, makes the alarm go off on the car, so I could find the car. But yeah, I have that going on.
But see, that helped me not get frustrated with Rod. Like, why can he not find our house or our apartment every time? Like, why does he
Yeah,
keep, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I would be
right.
like, what is he going on?
Thank
And
you,
now I don't,
GPS. Thank you
I
for
no,
being.
but what I mean is now because I understand, there's no judgment, there's no stigma. It's just understanding. When that's what it's about, just understanding what we are so we can improve, right? Because this is a lifelong process, which is why I want to become a counselor or therapist. Because in human services, you learn forever, and I love it. That's my jam. I love the science. I love learning about people and just the individuals and all the details and the beauty of all of you that you are. So when someone tells you something, I just want you to hear me say, if you hear a negative voice in your head that's telling you over and over something negative about you, this is me telling you, don't talk about my friend that way. Don't you talk about my friend that way. I love this person. That's my reminder. Don't talk about my friend that way. I had
Uh,
someone do that for me, and it helped me.
that's really some great advice too, because you want to be able to go somewhere whenever you're feeling in your mind, whenever you're feeling fear or you're lost about something. You know what I mean? It's almost like a reset button. It's like,
And those of you who share your story, know that it's never been disclosed. This is like Vegas, okay?
oh,
What happens with us stays with us. If you only tell me, he doesn't know about it, okay? Oh, thank you, Andy. You're so sweet, my love.
I
What a
told
blessing this
I
was.
told you that would keep you at an hour, but you do have somebody in here with a question. Wants to talk to you. I have anxiety as well.
Absolutely, Amanda.
She want to come on. She wants to come on screen. Do you have time, sweetheart?
Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely.
All right. All right. Let me. What I'll do is I'll put in the comments. Let me put. If she's still here, maybe she's gone. Maybe she's still here. Is Amanda Lansing? What? Okay. Well, she ends up popping on. Then
Well,
we'll see.
Amanda, reach out to me, okay? Reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to connect with you. I try to connect at more of a large platform for these things like that because the individuals, I do read them, but I want you to know that you are seen and heard, okay? So just reach out to me and
Yeah, you
know
can.
that I'm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm saying you can reach out to. It's hard for Rachel to get back to people on Messenger because
Oh,
she's
yeah, I don't check Messenger,
social
by the
media.
way.
So you could go through my Messenger. I check mine daily. Um, yeah,
Just contact us and say, I need you to look at something, or, then I'll know to look for it. Or Rod will tell me. And if you don't want Rod to know, just say, I want Rachel to look at that, okay?
we love
Oh,
her.
Tamara, what's up, lovely? Germany in the house. I love it. My international family of love. I
We
tell
love
you, that's my profile. By the way, guys, I'm now going to be on TikTok. So I put a link on my public page. So I'm going to be all over social media. That's my plan for the year. So
Yes.
I want to hear from you, see you. I want to just know you more and more about you. Because if you say that nobody cares about you, I call BS. I call BS. Somebody does right here. This person loves you, whether you know her or not. She
Me
already
too.
loves you.
Me too. I'm there.
Yeah,
I've been there.
he's kind of the same. We're cut from the same cloth. That's why we've been together so long. He's not just a
Uh,
pretty face.
oh, I'm pretty. Oh, look at there.
Your hair's
Um,
nicer than mine, and I'm not happy about it with those gorgeous curls that feel like velvet. I swear.
well, I told you that I would keep it to around an hour, and
You got it.
we're gonna do this another occasion. Just don't know.
So self-care Sunday. Guys, do me a favor. Rachel needs some self-care lemons. So please, just 2 quick things if you could. Could you please comment on what you do to self-care or an idea? Because I really need it right now because I've not been doing very good with this. And I want to get back to a healthier. Yeah, I am getting better because I'm doing face stuff and, you know, other things. But I need to get back to better nutrition. I need to get back to that mindset. And so I need some help, and I'm asking for some support. So if you could support me, I'd really appreciate that. And click the subscribe button on, as well as on YouTube, because that will always help me. Allie, she's my sweet love. I know Allie. I know my girl. She's so awesome. So please, self-care down below. And then also if you can click the subscribe button, it does help you get notified. If you hit subscribe and the bell on YouTube, as well as the other social media channels. And Rod's going to drop that for you naturally, link and the coupon code. So you guys can go at it, right?
And it does smell good, and I'm waiting for more of a man's version of it, because if I walk around smelling like you know, I might start.
Well, they do. They actually do. They have cocoa cashmere, which I really love too.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That one, oh, the cocoa cashmere. It's like cocoa butter, but it's like velvet. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The fruity ones, I would just be licking my arm all day. So.
I know. He's already tried to eat my hair like enough. I think he did a little bit. I'm just kidding. All right, guys.
It may be as soon as this coming Sunday. You never know. It's going to be on Sunday, though. Self-Care Sunday. Yes, we did it, baby.
I like Self-Care Sunday. Boom. Yeah.
You came up with
Heck
that.
Yeah.
I love that title. Self-Care Sunday.
It's Self-Care Sunday with a little sass to it. You know what I'm saying?
I had such a good time. Hope you guys
Me
did.
too.
At viewers at home. We'll do it again sometime.
Hey, I love you. I love you. Poop unicorns, crap some rainbows, flip it, and say you love yourself, even if you don't mean it. It'll happen.
And paint with me. We can all do it.
And paint with Yendor.
Paint with me.
We love you, love you, love you. Oh, and you are prayed for and sent blessings every day. Ah, my love.
Much love, guys. Until next time, take care of yourself.